Hi everybody and welcome in this video tutorial where we will learn to improvise on the guitar. This video is particularly made for the beginners on improvisation. As I am a French guitar teacher and this is my first English video, I hope my accent won't be too Frenchy. Here is the structure of this video. We will first improvise on a simple scale and very beautiful scale, so I think it's a good way to begin improvisation. Then we will see all the different kind of sounds that we can produce with our guitar and how we can incorporate these sounds in our improvisations. After that, we will improvise with a tempo, so we will try to play on the tempo, and little by little we will take freedom from this tempo. And then we will improvise on two different chords. So we will see how we can change our improvisation and the notes that we play to fit these two chords. After that, I will make different improvisation on different backing tracks, and I will use arpeggios, scales, and guitar effects like vibrato or slides. And finally, we will see how we can work improvisation and become a good improviser. Okay, so let's improvise. We will start with a scale called minor harmonic. It's the A minor harmonic scales, and you can play it like that. The first thing to do with this scale is to play it slowly and well, with a good sound, a good sustained sound, legato sound, and not like that. So you have to be very well coordinated with the right and left hands to play very da 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 da, and you can try to use the right fingers to play this scale. So the first fingers for all the notes here, second finger, etc. And not with only one finger, not like that. So you can play it many times, going up and down the scale, and you can spend time to learn by heart this scale. And then you can try to improvise, to play the notes in different orders. It's the beginning of improvisation, so like that. It's an example of what you can do, and you can spend many times playing with the notes of this scale like that. You will see that you can make many different melodies and very beautiful melodies with these scales. It is why I prefer to show to you this scale first, instead of the blues scale or the pentatonic scale, which are more they don't have this kind of sounds. So this is why I prefer to use this scale to begin improvisation, because you can make beautiful melodies with only 2 or 3 notes. When you are familiar to this scale and you improvised already several melodies, you can play on a backing track that I made for you, a rubato backing track. I think we call it like that. In Italian it's rubato, which means there is no tempo, only chords but no tempo. So let's play. So you can see that it can sound very nice with only 1 or 2 notes. What's important to sound good is not to play too many notes and to make phrases. You play several notes, you breathe, so you stop, and then you start a new phrase. And that's very important because this breathing, this silence, will make your phrase even more beautiful. So this is very important to understand and to practice when you improvise on this backing track. You can also improvise on different backing tracks, rubato backing tracks that I made. Two other backing tracks, one in the scale of C major and the other one in the blues scale of A. So all these scales are available in diagrams with the documents that are with this video. And here are a few improvisation on all of these backing tracks. With this video, many documents are available. All the improvisation that I made in this video are written in PDF format and in GP5. And you can also download freely all the backing tracks that I'm playing on. You have to subscribe on the site. It's free, of course. And it's French. I'm sorry, because I'm French. The site is not in English. And it's called Guitar with an E, improvisation.com. In this part of the video that I called Improvisation is Freedom, I want to talk about the very beginning of improvisation. Learning a scale is not necessarily the best way to learn improvisation. It's probably the quickest and the funnier, because you can play nice melodies on this scale. It's quite fun, but improvisation is real improvisation. You take the guitar and you do just like a kid. You play with it. So you try to find noises, sounds, beautiful if it's possible, that you can produce with the guitar. So this is what we're going to talk about. What we can do is try to find sounds. So we can find percussive sounds. We can make a different sound with the strings, notes, many notes at the same time. We can make noises like that, like that, a bit like a bird. These are a few examples, but you can find many other sounds. What's important in this exercise is not to play these sounds on your improvisation, but it's to be aware of what kind of sounds you can produce with your guitar. And when you play, you improvise, and you think about something like that goes da-ba-da-ba, ba-da-wee, da-ba-da-ba, you know that you can do. When you do that, it does something like doo, or you can do doo, doo, like that. I know that I can make these sounds with the guitar, so when I play, I think about doo-ba-da-doo, doo-ba-da-doo. I play this kind of stuff on my guitar. So this is the most important, to know what kind of sounds you can produce with your guitar. And when you think about a musical idea, like I want to play like a bird, you know that you can do these things on your guitar. Some adults have problem making this kind of exercise, and they think, I'm not a kid, I don't want to play like that, I'm not a kid, I'm an adult. But the thing is that to be a good improviser, you have to play with your instrument in the real sense of playing like a kid would play with toys. And that's very important. And when you make a concert, when you go to see an artist, you don't pay to see someone playing a musical sheet perfectly. You come to see him playing something and having fun with it and sharing this fun with you. That's why you pay your ticket. So if you make this kind of exercise, you play with your guitar and your phrases, like you can play a phrase da-ba-da-da and repeat it da-ba-da-da-ba-ba-dum, da-ba-da-da-dum-deep, da-ba-da-da-da-ba-dum. All this playing, you can try to incorporate it in your improvisation, and that's what I am going to do on the backing track. All of this was about creativity and finding sounds on your instruments. But if you want to play with other instruments, other musicians, you will have to be aware of what kind of notes you want to play, of harmony you want to play, and what kind of beat, what kind of tempo you want to choose. And that's what we are going to talk about in the next part of this video. Now we are going to improvise with the tempo. So we are going to improvise on the same scale that we first did on the beginning of this video, but with a beat, with a tempo. The first thing to do is to listen to the backing track and to tap the tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So when I said 1, 2, 3, 4, it's the 4 times of every measure. A measure is a group of 4, usually it's 4 beats, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And every 2 measures, so every 8 beats, the chord changes. So you can hear a different sound in the backing track, every 2 measures. So A is one sound, they will change now. And again, etc. So there are only 2 chords in this backing track, and they are played every 2 measures. What we can do on this backing track is play the scale we know on the 1. We can start every phrase on the 1 and then try to play on the beat. 1, 2, 3, 4. Etc. You can see that At the beginning of my improvisation, I was very on the beat and very simple, and little by little I took liberties, not to play always on the tempo, but some other rhythms. You can take this kind of liberties if you're always aware of where the beat is and the beginning of the measure is. You can also improvise on the two other tracks that I made, and with a tempo. So here are some examples. Now we are going to improvise on two chords, and the two chords we are going to improvise on are the two that are played in the backing track, in the A minor harmonic backing track. The two chords are the A minor and E7. They are very easy to play on the guitar because they are open chords. There is one thing that is very important to understand when you improvise on different chords. This thing is that when the A minor chord is played, if in your playing you insist on the notes that are in this chord, so one of these notes, it will work very well, of course. And the same for this chord. If you insist when this chord is played, so two measures after this one, if you insist on one of these notes, it will work very well also. In this chord, it's an A minor chord, and it's a chord that contains only three notes that are repeated infinitely, if you want, if you have an infinite guitar. So it's the three notes are A, C and E, and when we play this chord, it's A, E, A, C, E. So we miss a C. This C is here. So if we want to play this chord melodically, we play it like that: A, C, E, A, C, E, and we can even play this note, the low E, that is also in this chord. For the E7, it's a chord that contains four notes: E, G sharp, B, and D. So here are these notes: E, G sharp, B, D, E, G sharp, B, D, E, and we can also play is this G sharp. So now we will improvise on the same backing tracks that we did earlier, but we will only play the notes of the chords that are played in the backing tracks. So you have to learn these two arpeggios, these two chords played melodically, these two chord arpeggios, to do this exercise. 2, 3, 4. A minor. This exercise is very important. I advise you to do it a lot of time, because in many songs there are not only one chord but many chords, and if you know how to improvise on each chord or to adapt your improvisation for every chord, it will sound very good. In this part of this video, we are going to synthesize all that we've learned in the previous parts of this video. So we will improvise on the backing tracks with the tempo, by playing with the tempo, by insisting on the chord arpeggios when the chords are played, by playing on the scales that we've learned, and also by playing many different effects like bend, vibrato, etc. And I will also play chromatic phrases. For example, if I want to go from this note to this note, I can play all the notes in between. If I think that it sounds good, then it's good. I can play it. So here are different improvisation on the 3 backing tracks. 2, 3. Finally, let's see how we can improve our improvisation skills and become a better improviser. The first thing to do to become a good improviser is to improvise. I know it sounds silly, but it's very important. You have to be used to improvise and not say, I don't know what to play. just play many notes, try to find something interesting in your playing, and then play with it like a kid would do. You have to be used to this improvisation. You have to be able to improvise on command. The second thing that is very important to me is the ear. You have to develop your ear. And when I say develop, I don't mean you have to work very hard. I mean you have to listen to a lot of music and not only hear the music but listen to it. Listen carefully about the drums, what the beat of the drum, the notes of the guitar. So you have to be able to zoom on the song. What's this note? But you also have to be able to have a very wide analysis of the song. So you have to what's my feeling in this part of the song, or what's the purpose of the song? This song is about suffering of the slaves, or whatever the subject can be. What does this song makes me feel? Another thing that can be very useful to become a better improviser is to learn some scales that are used a lot in a lot of musics. The major scale, the minor scale, the minor Aeolian scale, the Dorian, Mixolydian. Those modes or scale are very the harmonic minor also. There are 4 or 5 scales that are used a lot in many music, and I suggest you to learn this 1 or 2 patterns of these scales. What you can do to apply this knowledge that you will learn is to go on my YouTube channel. Even if there are many French videos, there are a lot of backing tracks with some with only 1 chord. There are more than 100 backing tracks, so you will find what you are looking for. And you can work your improvisation on many different qualities of chords. Minor 9, minor 11, altered chords. There are many chords that you can work your improvisation on. I hope that you like this video, that it made you a better improviser, a better guitarist also, and I hope that we spend a lot of time playing on top of the backing tracks that I made for you.